So, in coming episodes, I'm going to go over assassination attempts on Donald Trump versus other US presidents, unpopular policy yet favorable policy examples of Donald J. Trump and his administration, also some of his ideas, the world oil market supply and demand, the South African role, buying, selling, supplying, and distributing. The president's is the most dangerous job in the world. General Robert E. Lee, some of his tactics and strategy, and then we'll talk about liberal media. They contort and distort, fabricate news and information to push an agenda. It's pretty sad and it's also pretty sick. I want to talk about Donald Trump and The View, like the shift in culture before and after his presidency or the US presidency. Liberal companies and conglomerates are incredibly crooked. They lost all credibility, only offer jobs to people and deliver ultimatums to push their agendas. I think the biggest scandal in media history that no one talks about is Kamala Harris on CBS, her 60 Minutes episode. That's definitely like election interference and fraud, and if that had to happen here, someone would be behind bars. I think Kamala Harris isn't fact-checked by media. If she makes a mistake, the media just use augmented reality to doctor her speeches. She openly lied about US troops deployment, many viral videos posted of troops themselves questioning her, which is hushed up. All presidents and candidates should strive for the highest level of integrity in the information. This information should be vetted before delivered. Misinformation is not a virus, it's a disease. The US death statistics are a fraud. Numbers are doctored, high death zones not accounted for, crime runs rampant in first world countries. You'd be surprised, they just hide in their closet better. No one factors in the rates and increase or decrease of unreported crime. These numbers must be very high and steadily increasing. If the public loses faith in their armed forces, the likelihood that they phone the police to report the crime decreases. Their reluctance to do anything about that crime at all increases. A similar example can be found with the unemployment rate. Just like the crime rates, in which many areas are not accounted for and crimes that go unreported is not factored into the equation, the same can be said about the unemployment rate. Certain areas with high unemployment rates are not accounted for accurately, while the level of citizens not actively seeking gainful employment due to their lack of faith in state systems and structures is not factored. These are some of the few yet many problems we have, and instead of fixing before we can look into seeking outside investment and therefore a seat at the table of global superpowers. Data integrity and information reporting is foremost and paramount. The validity of not just any state but company as well is chiefly dependent on the quality of information received and passed. The chairman, CEO, head of state is only to make the best decision if yes, he has sound advisors, which is very important, but most important is if he receives quality information of the highest caliber. Information acts to inform. Once informed, the best decision can be caused. Action carried out dutifully. This is why it is imperative for all to have access to reports of unblemished news and reporting that is done without malice and freedom of speech in mind. Opinions are for your Twitter feed.